portion of the Burn Your Boats Productions, the That's What You Get Wednesdays. And here we are, third edition. This week, I am actually coming to you from the home base of That's What You Get. From the home base of Burn Your Boats. So, welcome to the home. I did a recent interview recording here. I believe it was the first one. Production from the home, and so that's was a collaboration project. It wasn't one of mine. It was on somebody else's show. So I'll let you know when that's going to come out. A little bit more of the, I guess, the admin, not quite kicking you in the pants yet portion of the show is I just started working with a good friend that I work with, and he's got some mad skills in being able to put some etch work and art into glass, into mugs and stuff like that. And I've been wanting to get some Burn Your Boats merch, so I've been working on that. And he sent me a template. Like, we worked on some design work together, and he sent me basically like a test run project. And so he sent me that picture. I'm going to see if I can get it in here for y'all so you can see kind of what it looks like. But the idea here was, initially I just wanted some stuff with Burn Your Boats on it to have and to be able to show off and add to the studio and the set and everything. And I thought, I was like, well, what if I can give this out to some of my faithful and loyal listeners? And so I've been sitting around and pondering ways that I can make this more exciting and engaging for everyone. And so I'm thinking what we're going to do is I am going to offer the glass, and you'll see it in here. I'd probably be able to splice it in here somehow for you. And so there should be some beer glasses. I guess it's just glasses. You can put whatever you want in it. Beer works. Other juice works too. You could totally drink juice. Drink water. Hydrate. Because if you don't, you get dehydrated, and that's what you get. I'm not gonna be there. We'll do better. I promise you. There's more depth with this. That's what you get Wednesday. But yeah, there'll be some of the shorter glasses and some of the taller glasses, and we'll do some giveaways here. And basically, I think that what I want to do is, if you share the episode on any of your social media platforms, and you tag me in it, so that way I'm aware that you've done so. But if you share an episode, then you're entered into a raffle for a piece of merchandise. Or if you don't want to share it, that's totally fine too. If you tag 3 people in my post of it, then you'll also be eligible to be entered into the raffle, and for your chance to get your very own Burn Your Boats cup or glass. So there's that. And the cool thing about that being today, and That's What You Get Wednesdays, is if you enter in and you take those actions, a glass with the Burn Your Boats emblem on it could be what you get. And so there's the front end of everything. So I think this week, what I really wanted to dive into was the type of energy that you're putting out. And so the premise here is based around. So we talked about in the first 2 episodes of That's What You Get, is that you want to be selective about the people that you keep around you, and then you want to make sure that you're actually getting out there. You're going out into the world to create more opportunities for yourself, because the opportunities most likely are not coming your way if you're sitting around binging Netflix or Hulu or whatever. So I think one of the things that we forget, and that a lot of this has to do with how we create our own narratives, and if you've been a listener of the show, you are familiar with the idea that I'm a strong, firm believer in how the way that you define yourself impacts your day-to-day life and your future and your potential, and can either limit it or it can expand it. And so, that's what I reference as your personal narrative. It's your story. What is your story? So, and what is the story that you tell yourself about yourself? And so, with all of that said, the idea here is that we often look at ourselves as the lead character in our story, and so I just want to take a moment to pull back and to acknowledge that that's the case for like everybody, and so you are a side character in somebody else's story, most likely. And with that, what type of friend are you pulling in? Are you being to those other people, to them in their main story, right? So if like, are you the friend that is going to be repelled away because you are the guy who is not raising the bar and pushing your friends and holding them accountable? That's the premise here. And do you take the actions that are attracting the people that you want into your life, and vice versa? And are you worthy, are your actions worthy of entering into other people's lives? Frequently we will talk a big game and we'll say, oh, I want a successful business, or I want this relationship, and I want a promotion, and I want this and I want that. But the actions that we're actually taking, the energy that we're putting out there, is doing the exact opposite. And this goes back to the premise of this show, and a saying that I really appreciate, and it's do what you've always done and get what you've always gotten, right? So that's the same thing. It's going to be the running theme. And so if you are negative as shit with everything that you do, if you are negative about all these aspects of your life and every obstacle that comes up, you're looking at it and you're complaining and you're looking for somebody to blame, then you're going to naturally pull those people in, because the people around you that are working in your office and are experiencing the way that you're reacting to these things are going to naturally be attracted to you, because they're going to hear it and they're like, yeah, I just had that same thing happen to me, and then they're going to want to share this with you, and you are going to have this bonding moment where you can both come together to complain and have a little wine fest, and not the delicious grape flavored based one, but the one with the wambulance and with the whining. So it's going to happen. It will happen, especially when it is consistent behavior. And the thing is that we lay this out for ourselves. Like we are paving neural pathways, and I literally this is fresh in my mind because I had this conversation with Matt and Alex the Bass, which should be the interview that is going to be published on Friday, and we discussed how we pave these neural pathways, right? And it's just like a path in the forest that then gets hardened as more wagons get rolling down it, and as more traffic proceeds down this path, the path becomes more worn in, to the point where this is a path that everyone uses. Technology progresses, and we lay concrete, and then we keep going and progressing, and it gets better and better and better, and then we get asphalt, and it's beautiful, it's smooth sailing, and it's so easy to take this path versus any other paths that could exist. So this is happening in your brain, these connections, these shortcuts, because that's the way that it works, is that these synapses that are taking place are you're looking for a shortcut to get to solutions faster. And so, and your reactions to things. And so once you start reacting negatively to things, you take that first walk on that path, and you're bending the grass down, and you're starting to kill it, and you're starting to develop that path, and you keep going down the same path over and over and over again, and it gets worn down, just like I was just talking about. It gets worn down, and you wear that path in, and it just gets easier to do it over and over again. And the thing is, too, not only does it get easier to take that path, but it gets more and more difficult to take a different path away from there and start trudging through a new line of the weeds and the plants to start that one. But it all starts with the little things and the little habits. But for today, and the reason that we're here is that if you can take a step back and acknowledge that there are areas of your life, there are aspects of yourself in the way that you respond to the things that come up in your life that you could do better at, and that you are attracting the wrong type of people through your energy and what you're putting out there, then that's what you get. You're gonna get those negative people into your life because that's what you're attracting. That's the actions that you're taking. So keep putting the negative energy out there, and you're gonna keep getting it right back to you. And that's what you get. Thanks, everyone. See you again next week, and I will let you know. We'll do a reminder next week for the merch giveaway, and I'll get some more pictures out there as the products come in, and you guys can see it. And I can't wait to see to pull the names up, and we'll do a whole live showing and reveal for when we do the random generator for who's going to be the victor and who's going to get the first merchandise drop.